Hello there! I'd like to share a quick update from a very intensive and inspiring trip we've just completed to the United States and Mexico. 3 stops, many meetings, and a lot of new opportunities for the region of Murcia. So, our first stop was Kansas City. There, we worked closely with the Kansas Department of Commerce, and I would really like to thank them for the warm welcome and for very open and productive conversation we had. We also want to thank the Kansas City Economic Development Team for the hospitality and for sharing their vision and experience with us. Together, we explore ways to collaborate so that companies from the Murcia region can benefit from the huge market opportunities in the US and even consider productive investments there. And of course, also the other way around, helping Kansas-based companies use Murcia as a gateway to Europe. We also visited the Kansas University Innovation Center, where we saw their facilities that reminded us a lot about some of our own innovation hubs back home, like for example, our science park. We discussed potential collaboration between our ecosystem, and there is definitely a lot of common ground. During our time in Kansas, we also visited High Power and their facilities, and I really want to thank them for the welcome and for taking the time to show us their operation and impressive facilities. High Power is a subsidiary of Himoinsa, a company from the region of Murcia, specialized in the energy sector, which in turn is part of the Japanese industrial group, Janmar. High Power has been based in Kansas since 2018, and its growth since then has been truly exponential. Our second stop was Brownsville, Texas, where we met with the team from the Greater Brownsville Economic Development Agency. Once again, we want to sincerely thank them for the warm welcome and for taking the time to show us their projects and their vision on their region. Brownsville is a very special city. It's a border city with Mexico, right next to Matamoros. And it is, for example, the second city in Texas with the highest number of historical sites. But it is also globally known for being home to a SpaceX base, from where satellites and rockets are launched. And we were even able to see the facilities from the outside, which was really quite impressive. We toured their industrial parks, which are surprisingly similar to the ones we are developing in the region of Murcia. And just for information, they are currently developing very large industrial park of around 3 million square meters. That's 3 million. The first phase, covering 400,000 square meters, is already being urbanized with large plots starting at 22,000 square meters and land prices at just over 40 euros per square meter. We also had the chance to visit the port of Brownsville, a bold port with many similarities to the port of Cartagena. Both regions share very comparable industrial profiles, and we clearly see an opportunity to intensify cooperation. In fact, both Kansas and Brownsville economic development teams will be traveling to Spain next March as part of a Select USA mission, which stops in Madrid and in the region of Murcia, including Murcia City and Cartagena. Across all these visits, we consistently identified strong opportunities for cooperation in key sectors such as food processing, transport and logistics, light and advanced manufacturing, and everything related to defense, security, and reconstruction, what we call CAETRA in the region of Murcia. And finally, we have traveled to Mexico City, where we held meetings with companies and investors we had already been in touch with. Their interests range from hotel development to industrial and real estate projects, so there is a lot to explore there too. And just to make the trip even more memorable, last night in Mexico City, we were woken up at 12:45 a.m. by an earthquake alarm. Apparently, that's part of the daily life here. So yes, we definitely are living with the full experience. All in all, a great trip, full of new connections, shared visions, and very concrete opportunities. This is Fernando Balesta, shooting this video from the beautiful city of Mexico. Thanks for watching.